I was breastfed for about a week. My mom told me, and she said that after that, you were too greedy. So she put me on the canned breast,
Right.
which is really bad for kids. And so, this is why.
I think you're smart if you milk your mom, right? And if you don't, you are dumb. So that's the reason, Henry, I'm guessing Elon Musk is doing a great job, and I'm not. I'm just a comic. So I feel people who have mother's milk are great. What do you think about that? Do you think
If
it's
you have
like
mother's milk, yeah, you rock the world. That's just a fact. She's giving me all the stuff that she produced, all her gene pool, which wasn't very good. I have to be honest.
how selfish did you get?
She had two breasts. I wanted two breasts. Left and the right.
It seems like it's the nectar of success for some reason.
I like the word nectar. Thank you for that. What's new with you?
Nothing. I've been well, I've been like just making new friends and then disowning the old ones.
So replacement therapy, yeah, that's new. Yeah.
No, it's like getting a new phone. You just break the old phone and get a new one. So
I'm all for that. Although it's harder to make friends as you start to get a little bit older. So you have to really be very selective, because you're like, oh, you remind me of this friend, the one that I deleted from my phone. Now, what am I going to do with you?
Yeah. I mean, I think the hardest part about friendship is sustaining it. What about you? Did you like lose friends or make friends?
I kept my friends, my 3 friends, very close during the pandemic. I'm like, oh, you guys, hey, we should Zoom. We should go sit in the hallway and do 6 feet of talking, just yell at each other. So I would say the friends, I appreciate people in my life right now, and the rest of them can go fuck off.
Yeah, I have a saying on this. I feel friends are like condoms. Tighter the better. All right. Don't entertain loose ends. All right. We do need the protection. All right. One small slip can get you fucked. So that's my theory on friendship.
So is that an extra large condom or a medium condom?
Why you gotta go with the size?
No, size matters.
Size matters. Yeah.
What is the definition of fun for you?
Definitely for me, or like you go first. What's the definition fun for you? I'll go.
Oh, okay, that's easy. Fun for me is just exploring stuff in my brain. Like I have all these thoughts and I'm processing. Right. Really chill vibe. Nothing like this when it goes too high.
Right.
So just like this steady stream of thing. It's like the water in the sea, just like shh. That's fun.
So basically what you're trying to say is what's fun for you is just sitting there and just doing nothing.
Letting the world pass you.
I think what's fun for me would be to call people up in abrupt times, don't care if they're busy, and just take a walk or something. So yeah, just keep doing things. I can't sit idle.
Call or video calls, big difference. Back to fun. So you talking is fun?
Yeah.
So people listening to you talk is fun.
I don't know about that. I like it.
I'm just trying to set the stage here. So does the activity have to happen behind you, or is it just your mouth moving?
I feel like I like the process of the execution. Like I don't like like Star Wars. Since it's Star Wars, do or do not. There is no try. #Yoda. Just saying. But I feel like it's just. What about you? What's your definition of fun apart from sitting idle?
I like to introduce myself, be in uncomfortable situations. That's fun for me because I feel like my brain cells are expanding, like things are happening in my head. So it goes back to my head. Everything's in my head. So what's your situation with your dad?
My dad. He's still around. Dad and situation goes hand in hand. You know that, right?
Situation, yeah. My dad's dead. Thanks for asking.
I'm so sorry. It really didn't. Sorry.
He died doing what he loved.
And what that would be?
Heroin.
My dad is still alive. I don't know if he's doing anybody or mom, but I think that it is just very nice to have somebody, you know, just constantly telling that life is horrible. You know, just it's nice. My dad, if I'm Henry, if I'm around my dad, if I'm being really honest, it's very demotivating.
It's what? He's doing
It's
what?
demotivating. It's demotivating.
Oh,
if I'm
the opposite of motivation.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite. Like I get I'm an unfunny, boring person. All right. Okay, an introvert. But yeah.
That's so interesting. That around your dad, you become the introvert.
Yeah. Yes, it's a fact. It's not a joke.
But
what about you?
When your dad speaks, do you listen?
When my dad, I think any conversation between a parent and a kid is not, it's not a discussion. It's a one-way direction. It's I talk, you shut up. So there is no way when parents tell you, hey, sit down, let's have a discussion. Fuck no. It's like, hey, sit down, shut the fuck up and listen. That's what it actually means. So to answer your question, I don't talk at all if I'm, you know, with my dad. So
as Cancer Cop said, you become the very thing that you fear.
Yeah. Did like, what about you? Did you like sit with your dad? Do you like open up or talk?
My dad gave me only one piece of advice during my whole life, and it was the perfect advice. If he said, "Don't be like me." That's great advice. On that note, let's start this show. Good to go.
I had a breakdown. I had my man periods because I get it more often, right? So I had a breakdown at 4 a.m. because Burger King was shut down.
Stop.
Also had a bad
right
day.
there. Your man period, MAN.
Yeah, man period. It's a real thing. Don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah. So you were in your feelings. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would consciously awaken it.
Crying with women. Is that what you're trying to say? As I wear my feminist shirt, only women cry.
I would say.
Tell me about your crying. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Good.
I would say women cry when they have to. Men cry because of everything around them.
So what happened when you cried? Go ahead.
Nobody's around because I live alone. So there's nobody to hug me, right? And if I feel a lot better when I cry. I'll be very honest.
When last time? What made you cry?
I had a bad show. I spoke to my dad.
Yeah.
And I came back and wanted to do a comedy show. I was hungry. It was all a negative, you know, everything it was a perfect negative day. You have everything not working out, the perfect negative day. That makes you cry, right? When you have shit back to back, it doesn't work out on one particular day, it just makes you cry. So, yeah.
It was about a week ago and wasn't like a full cry. I haven't cried in 10 years, but it was like a little tear, just like water. And I had to go like, oh shit, something's happened to my eye. Oh, that doesn't happen often. And it was just somebody in a gay movie. I watch gay movies now to figure out what it's like to be gay.
Right.
Romantically. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I start to get like a little wet and I'm like, because they were breaking up, I was like, oh no, you can't break up. Went away. It was like 10 seconds. I have no feelings, that's what I'm trying to say.
It was like a few months ago, right? This girl who I used to have like an online romantic thing with, right? She got back in touch with me to apologize. And I just, that got to me. I didn't know women were capable of apologizing. I thought it was like they were biologically incapable. So I was in so much shock. Like, what? Women can apologize? I might just jump off a building now because I might be able to fly. I mean, that's the level of likelihood we're talking about here. Yeah. But last time a woman apologized to me, I was in so much shock it brought me to tears.
Video of teachers who are great, and this teacher gave his shoes to a student because the student wasn't going to be allowed to graduate because he had the wrong shoes on. And between that and the cat, I was like, okay, all right. So, but it wasn't a full-on cry.
Yeah.
Probably 2008 when I saw Marley and Me. Like when I
Get the
saw
fuck
the
outta
dog
here.
cry, when I saw that dog die, I was bawling though, man. And the thing
Oh,
is, like,
man.
I watch movies where like humans die, and I'm like, it's like whatever, I don't cry. But like when I see a dog, oh my god, that's heartbreaking. Because I saw like the evolution of the dog throughout the entire movie. You saw the little puppy to the big dog. Oh my god, I felt so much for the dog. So
Hey, yo, chill. You're gonna make me cry.
no, right? It's just sad. It's a sad movie, man. Sad.
Yo,
The last big cry was last Saturday. We went to see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
So good.
oh,
I'm not going to say anything about that movie. That's a fabulous movie. You should I think everybody should definitely go see it. But the Daniels did a good job of just like, oh, all the feelings. And I sat there and I held it together and I held it together and I held it together, and a tear almost escaped, but I'm holding it together because I'm in public and I don't want to like shake the whole row of seats because I knew that's what would happen if I let it go. But there was a scene, and my sister went to see it with me, and in this one scene, simultaneous breakdown, both of us, whoa.
What was the scene that?
I can't say anything about it. You have to go
Oh,
see
you guys gonna give it away? Yeah, no spoilers.
yeah. I'm just happy that it was a team effort. You guys go together.
I'm sensing a theme here that movies, not real life,
right.
is worthy of crying.
If I counted the little mini cries, then I cry a little bit every day. Those are just like intense 30-second bursts of, okay, it's out, I'm back together.
Last week I was watching a movie and I put it on just because I needed to cry. So
Right.
Oh, that's good. What is the movie? Maybe I'll put it on
Dumplin'?
my bucket list. Yeah. What? Say it again.
Dumplin' with Jennifer Aniston.
Did you say dumpling?
Dumplin'.
Dumpling. I gotta check it out.
Dumplin'.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
I was eating cheese. I'm gonna get back to that.
But the last time I cried was when my home Twitter was bought by that idiot called Elon Musk. I cried so hard that day. I cannot cancel people anymore.
Nowadays, rising prices with no signs of slowing down. It's a serious concern. There's so many people who
Higher prices when you can't afford it. No, no bueno. That's French. That's French. Yeah. No, that's Spanish. Yeah, I do. I have. I live in a community where food is a struggle right now, and if it gets
Right.
worse. But then on the flip side,
Mhm.
when I look at the future aside, most of the problems can be solved with less people.
That's a problem because we love multiplying.
Yes, I come from a family of multiplying Latinos just by instinct. They're like, oh my God, what am I doing today? I'm multiplying. Woo! Inflation.
One is that there's less crowds, so the more people are gonna stay inside. So now when I go out, I'm gonna see less people, less traffic. So that's a good thing for me. And then another one is like people are eating less, right? So if it's too much, then people will have maybe they'll cook more at home.
Oh, makes sense.
It's like, oh my God, how much you putting into your mouth? That's what I say to myself. I say that to myself.
And eating less is something which I can't do. So
Right. And if it's like expensive, you're gonna be like, yo, I don't want that though. So I'm like, I have portion control, so.
It
Portion
definitely
control.
helps if you're on a diet.
Obviously, inflation is a big problem, and we are going to need our politicians to work hard for us to try and sort it out. So I think we should be grateful that we have hardworking politicians who don't spend their time doing dumb shit like watching pornography whilst they're meant to be at work.
They order more food, more carbs, chicken, meat, everything, and they still order a Diet Coke at the end of it. So prices inflation, Diet Coke and normal Coke will be at the same level, and still people will buy Diet Coke. That's how worse things are.
That is the worst type of combination. Fucking hell.
Make them look better. Yeah. So that way it's like, oh, okay, I'm not as bad. I have my Diet Coke. I'm good.
What about you, Nacho?
We've all seen Wall-E, right? Like,
Yeah.
why are we not talking about how realistic that movie was?
Was that the movie about the robot?
Yeah, and the
I've
fat
seen
people.
That movie can make me cry.
Oh,
But I'm just saying that's the future that we're all like, oh, we're just gonna sit on our ass and eat anyway. Like, I don't know. That's what I think the apocalypse is gonna look like. Taken over by the damn robots. That's what we gotta really be worried about.
We're now going to have to decide new foods to eat.
Right.
I'm just throwing this out there. In the food groups that we have yet to explore,
Right.
cockroaches full of protein.
They do have flavored grasshoppers at
Yeah.
near me, and I tried the taco seasoning one. This is the face I made when I ate it.
May I just add that's a good reference point from Big Bang Theory when Sheldon did that to Leonard. So that's something which happened if you saw it.
The amount of food waste between grocery market and restaurants, like we are the joke. Like the amount of that happens day to day. I am a bit of a nerd when it comes to like trying to recycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, my state, the landfill is going to be full in 7 years.
Okay.
The fuck?
Wow.
Yeah, just have another child. Like, let's
fuck.
you know, like let's maybe fix the problem. I don't know.
You know how I think companies could make food cheaper?
How?
Put adverts on the packaging.
Oh.
Like these chips are sponsored by this beverage.
Yeah, why not? It could work. I think it could work.
Yeah, I thought you meant, Frederick, that it would be on the food itself. Put an ad on the food. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, that could also work.
I would like to see Kim Kardashian on a Lay's pack of chips. I'm just saying.
Ads.
If Kim Kardashian were on chips, if Kim Kardashian was on chips, people wouldn't be eating that shit.
Pete Davidson would. Pete Davidson.
They treasured it in walls. They treasured it in walls.
Yeah. Kanye disagrees.
How's Kanye gonna have his crying and eating chips session when his ex-wife is on all of them?
Well, that's the only Kim he can eat as of now.
This is a clip for the YouTube.
I think the future of production of food needs to change. Get somebody from MIT to kind of rewire the DNA of a chicken and make it in a lab. They would be called thickens.
Make it affordable for the family, because buying as an individual and buying as a family is two different things. I would say go easy on family, you know, and then if you're a bachelor, you just charge different. So reasonable prices, especially to families, that'll help out because you don't know. So affordable prices, that's it. And don't fill the bag with air, because I have my own set of air, I can fill it.
In India, before we got our freedom, there was this salt tax that used to exist. We had a salt tax, and then Mahatma Gandhi, he stood up. Everybody in India started marching along with him. It was called the Salt March to abolish the salt tax. So maybe in the future, let's have, I don't know, a Diet Coke tax, a juice tax, whatever tax that exists. I don't know. Let's have a juice march. We can bring Kanye West in. Give me, I don't know,
I don't think there's anything we can do, and I think our politicians just have to realize that they need to get us out of this shit. And yeah,
You
just
really hate the
cut down on
politicians.
fossil. We need to cut down on fossil fuels because a
Oh,
lot of this is because we rely on Russian fuels. So if we cut down on fossil fuels, we'll be less reliant on their fuels. Also, these big corporations need to start paying their taxes because how are we going to sort this shit out if we don't have the money? So as much as I hate to be a pessimist, it's like, our politicians do need to step up and not just leave it to us.
I have a solution for inflation. This is inflation. This is deflation. You just have to deflate.
that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Late inflation.
You just get that to make the bloody point. Just go and get a fucking empty carrot for that joke.
Oh, I know the best solution to inflation, right? You just get a red Sharpie, go around to all the shops, cross out the prices and make them lower.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a
Yeah,
good
instead of $8, it's $0.
I was thinking more 4, but yours works too.
Yeah, $0. Yeah.
We need a modern Robin Hood. All right.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Ooh.
modern Robin Hood.
Well,
wherever
her
he
name was
at.
Anna Delvey and she's in jail right now.
Elon Musk could solve everything right now. After he buys Twitter, he can just solve everything by producing food that is manufactured in a lab, because you can't solve food, what do they call it? Food scarcity if you don't
Yeah.
feed everybody. Find the right product.
Right.
There's technology right now that takes duty and makes it into food.
Right.
Eat up, people.
Eat up. Yeah.
Eat that shit.
That brings a whole new meaning to eat the shit.
Right, but I think Zoomers are into the data art and the whole nihilist thing and nothing matters. So they would think that is great and they would totally buy that product.
You gotta try this new shit. It's
This shit is not.
It's a new way of looking at it. It's a new way.
My biggest crime, is that on another occasion I went in a second time.
And that was deliberately.
And that was
consciously?
deliberate.
And was that in the select committee or in the Commons chamber?
That was sitting, waiting to vote. On the side of the chamber. I mean, I don't know whether it's technically chamber or not really. But this idea that I was there, watching it and intimidating women. I mean, I have had 12 years in the parliament and probably got one of the best reputations ever, or did have.
What category and what exactly what he was watching? I want to know about that. That's the first thing I want to know.
Well,
And-
obviously, farmer.
Oh.
And I feel it's not wrong, because even right now, as I'm in this discussion, I've opened multiple tabs and I'm enjoying. So I feel it's not that bad.
It's not like he watched porn at home. He was at work. It was during Prime Minister's questions. It was like a formal event. Like, there's a time and place.
That's a sexual term. Yeah, I got one in the chamber.
So you'll be glad to know that this doesn't happen only in the US, it happens in India as well. So
What happened in India? Tell me.
there are moments that even the Indian politicians do it every now and then. So yeah, they do it during it's true. It's really true. So that's why I was like, why it's wrong. It's not wrong. I would say it's not wrong, as long as it should just suspend the guy or give him a break, but don't fire him.
Was he watching porn on a personal device or a work device?
That's a good point.
There is where the reality come into.
Was he using the Wi-Fi for this or not?
Was it HD or was it 4K?
You know how old that building is? I'll be amazed if they have Wi-Fi there.
When he uses language like, my second crime was I went in for a second dip. Is it a criminal offense to take care of your biology situation? That's what
According to him, he was trying to look for pictures of tractors and he clicked on porn accidentally. But the thing is, if you were to be on your phone and you click on porn accidentally, you'd go like, oh, right, sure no one saw that. You wouldn't sit there going, in the chamber with people around you. So I do not buy this whole I was looking at tractors. And even if you were, you're meant to be a politician, not a 6-year-old.
That's a different kind of plowing, right? So
Yeah. Maybe he typed in plowing.
maybe
a tractor pull.
Mm.
And Shady,
Yeah.
where is your hand? Where is your hand?
Right here.
Okay. And I have a chicken. I'm just holding it. I'm not stroking it. I'm not choking it. I'm just holding my chicken. It's a thing you do. It's a thing you do. You know, when you have to hold your chicken. So,
This logic applies in Zoom call. You know what I'm saying?
We could do something like the feminists would do, like ladies now, because this is a biological thing that this guy did. You know, we have fought for the rights. We have breastfeeding rooms, you know, so we can feed our children at work. You could just have a wank room, or you know, more medically appropriate title, like I am stressed, I'm under too much pressure, I need to go have quiet time. And
that's a good solution. It makes sense because you have like you have room for smoke, you have a smoke room, so why can't you have a wank room? You know, that I mean, even corporates have it.
I have a question about your proposed wank rooms. Is it just going to be like a big shared space for all the men to wank at once, or are they going to be cubicles?
Yeah, I haven't worked on the design yet.
I believe they call it a safe space.
No, it's called the happy place, not the safe space. It's called the happy place.
I like the name Happy Place. I also think it should be the same way when a man makes a deposit at the sperm bank. That should be like you get a little magazine, you get a little privacy, you do your thing, and you move on.
But now it's like I will never look at tractors the same way, and it gives new context to Farmers Only, the dating app. So like now, like you know, I can't look at tractors the same way. I don't know.
Farmers are always plowing. I don't know.
They're always plowing. Always. There's just.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, how like you know the thing where you check in the office, you just put the timestamp, right? What time you check in and check out. Imagine if you got to do it for the wank room.
Shady, you were there for half an hour. What were you doing?
Who's cleaning
break
up?
is over.
That is a $1 million idea. The wank.
It's a $1 million idea right there. Yeah.
Some jobs have the employee of the month.
Right.
This one has the job of the month.
How many office shootings could have been prevented if the dude who did the shooting had a place to shoot something else somewhere else?
Very true. Very true.
He's just upset that he got caught. There's no way that he was the first person. Okay, like you could hear it in his apology, like, yeah, they got me. Like, no, this is a common thing.
But that's the most. Have you ever seen somebody apologize after touching their dick? Talk really this calm and professional? I have not.
No, they're usually touching their dick again.
You're
I'll be more than
100% straight.
100% straight. 100%. But I would tell you this: being straight is boring. It's not interesting.
Straight is still last year.
Yeah, straight is you don't turn heads when you're straight. You know, you're sitting in the table with a group of 4 people, right? And one guy claims to be gay, one woman is bisexual, oh, one girl's demisexual, like, oh, and you're like, you're straight, big deal, pussy. You know?
I'm really happy that my husband had a progressive teacher back in the 90s, because his health ed teacher back in the 90s told the class that sexuality is a spectrum. You know, and that's just the way it is. I only like the same, I only like different, but then in between I mostly like different, but sometimes I want the same, or vice versa. You can be, I only like the same, but every now and then you're like, I'm bored, you know, I want a little different. So our relationship, one of the games we would play is we would talk about, you know, like our movie star boyfriends. He had a whole roster of, these are my boyfriends. And that was great. And it is the sort of thing, and it is an exciting time to be alive, because back in the 90s, the coming out wasn't so great.
I think I'm fully straight. No guy has ever even made me remotely anything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm 100% straight.
Yeah, there's the trendy thing, and then there's the long-term thing. If I'm gonna be in a relationship with someone, I think Ariel said this, you have to have some secret role play shit going on. It doesn't last
Yeah.
more than a year. You gotta put on that outfit.
Yeah.
Wrap it
Like
up.
like a therapist.
Tuesday, Freaky Tuesday.
I would say I'm 99% straight, only because like I've never been with a guy. So I think you can't be 100% straight unless you've been with both genders, though. That's just my personal opinion, though. So you have to taste both in order to know what you like and what you don't like, though. My personal opinion on it. So
Kevin, are you saying that having sex with one man makes you less gay than having had sex with no men?
I think. Well, listen. If you're a straight dude and you've had sex with one guy, I think that's more straight. I think so, right? Because I mean, at least you know.
I think Kevin.
Can I ask a question, Kevin?
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
What kind of porn do you watch?
I watch female porn, but I
So
never.
just
I've
girls
never
and
been with a
girls.
guy.
No other dicks in that porn.
No.
Never
there's no
seen
trans.
another dick go in a vagina, and you're like, yeah,
Wait.
that's my dick. Like,
Wait, you
know,
watch girl and girl, Kevin?
I do watch girl on girl. Yeah.
You don't watch straight porn?
No, I've watched straight porn. I've even watched gay porn too. Okay, so yeah, I watched it all, man. So
what I'm hearing is that for Kevin, that one guy could rock his world.
maybe, I don't know, but I'm straight though, so I can't tell you though until I've actually been with a guy. Then I'd be like, okay, then you're 100% straight. So I'm just saying the people who say they're 100% straight have never been with had never tasted the other thing. Like, I mean.
He's waiting for his prince to come along. Leave him alone.
I told it's like saying you hate broccoli and Shady, right? But you've never had it. You're like, I hate broccoli, but you never had it though. So until you have it, now you know that you hate broccoli.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Makes sense. Yes.
The metaverse. You've heard of it? I've heard of it. It's totally inescapable. People are saying the metaverse is the next big thing, even if nobody seems to know what it is. A VR template like the Star Trek holodeck? A cryptocurrency scheme? A souped-up version of Habbo Hotel?
A hardware and software platform completely ensconced in the loving arms of Meta.
Advocates of the metaverse claim that they want to make video games more social, more malleable, and more immersive. Yes, it's no surprise that video games are serving as the testing grounds for the so-called metaverse. Because if you've spent many sleepless nights organising raid groups in World of Warcraft, then you might feel like the metaverse has existed for decades. Recently, we've been able to attend Marshmallow concerts in Fortnite, or participate in an all-encompassing barter economy in Roblox, or break bread with strangers in VR chat. The metaverse wants to create a suite of video games that are more social and more decentralised, places to hang out in rather than arenas to conquer. And after a few years of isolation, that's just what the doctor ordered.
I've been playing PUBG every night for the last 5 years with the same group of friends. But during the pandemic, that time became less of a time to go out and murder people on an island and more of a social, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my buddies because I can't do this in real life right now, right?
So from MS-DOS to, the first Doom which came out, then the Prince of Persia came out, like old school to new school. So that's my history of gaming.
What school is Miss Pac-Man? That was my shit.
Miss Pac-Man was what, in the mid 90s? I'm guessing. I'm not very certain.
Just from that alone, from him saying you can still build real friendship remotely, I agree with that. Because we're able to do this because we're all in different parts of the world right now.
So really like how it's kind of removed geography from being a barrier.
In a way.
No, but it has. Geography used to be a massive barrier. You couldn't get jobs if you lived in the wrong place. You couldn't meet friends from all over the world. Your love life was limited to who lived near you. But nowadays, those barriers of geography or geographical barriers are gone. And that's thanks to the internet and the digital age.
My entire dating history, every dude, it's a porn addiction, a gaming addiction, and I've got sexually pushed away by both in 14 years of dating. So that's a lot of men. I mean, not a lot, but enough for a team of sorts. I'm just saying this is such a common problem that no one's even addressing. And I can't make it funny because it's fucking hilarious. Like, microplastics are fucking, oh, I'm a fucking go in right now. I'm sorry for swearing.
Go in.
Don't give it shit. Go for it.
Girl, come on.
I had to stop watching Handmaid's Tale because I'm like, yup, fucking yup. Now we got this Roe versus Wade situation. I just read the people Afghanistan, they have to cover their face again. I'm just saying there's a lot of things, like my Facebook was deleted last year and they said to get an Oculus and then you can get your account back.
I love how we've just kind of gone from the metaverse to microplastics are killing our sperm.
Okay,
Fire, how about yours?
Let's take back to the topic. Yes, gaming and yeah.
Well, I'm now obsessed with microplastic as a
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's very good. Frederick, do you have a take on this? What is the
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, look, I think there are both advantages and disadvantages, and I think the virtual world needs to be an addition to, not a replacement for the real world.
Yes, not a replacement. Yes.
You play video games, Frederick?
Yeah.
I actually don't. Everyone says I look like a gamer, and I think that's because like I'm really skinny and can't grow a proper beard. But I'm not a gamer, despite looking like I should be.
So you can function in society.
Right.
Let's not push it that far.
But there are benefits to gaming, so yeah.
What are the benefits? Yeah, I want to hear one.
The top of my head, it increases reflexes. Good for your reflexes, actually. It increases your reflexes.
All right.
Yeah, that's
so are sports, by the way. So
do sports, yes. If you're going to repopulate, you can't be so numb by all of this shit that you're just taking in, and you're so over stimulated that you can't have a girlfriend. We need people that do both. Do the team building, work with others, share things online, and also a little bit of outside time.
Right. The values which you put in terms of team building, like how he said, team building, leadership, coordination, able to put up with last minute ditches. So every strategy you apply in gaming should be applied in real life.
What if there's better sex in the game?
To Henry's point about sex in a game, there is a vibrator that you can like connect like a Fitbit, and it like you can go and like see your orgasms and like timing, and I'm just like, it's expensive, and I'm like, but this is like interesting, but I feel like the data breach security of my thoughts of like, it's a game, but like why?
True.
Why? At the end of the day, I'm like, I don't want anyone to end up knowing this information. So I'm like, there's pros and cons to everything, right? You just gotta find your right balance.
People say life is a game, but life is life.
Not.
I don't want to live in a game. I mean, even though it could be the most amazing game ever, but you shouldn't live in a game. That's not real.
Right.
There is no way you have to make something real into a game or game into real.
Right.
No.
Limits are good. Like I love my Wii Fit. After I use it for 15 minutes, it tells me to take a break and shows a picture of a window with the sun outside. Like, go, woman, go outside, do something else. And then I ignore it and keep playing. But at least the thought of me.
Because I guess a lot of parents will be like, okay, they're being occupied playing a video game. The parent can go do something else, but like now this video game, whoever is like on the other side of these games, these multiplayer games, are like influencing who they're going to be like in the future. So that's what scares me.
There's the lack of indoor voice. I do see that, because it's like there's a video game in the living room. I'm getting flashbacks of when I'm visiting a family, and that takes up all of it. And you see these young people just yelling without any regard. They're yelling into the microphone, but there's there are people around them and the language they're using.
At the end of the fucking
He
discussion.
said everything that needs to be said, I think.
Yes.
Okay. This is the best podcast ever. Okay.
Yeah.
That only took 3 hours.
Now the pain of editing, which Henry would go through. So
I'd like to thank everyone and N Shady for being my co-host, and also please tune into his podcast that him and Kevin does. This will be edited out. The Hang On Comedy.